Hey guys, how you doing? It's been a while. It's been about, gosh, 2.5 months. Um, I started a new career. I got hired by a major airline. I won't say who. I'm in management now. I've been busy flying around, training, learning, uh, and getting acclimated to my new job. It's a good job. It has some weird hours, and so sometimes I have some a bit sleepy. This is the first time I'm just starting to finally get my body used to this new schedule, and so I've been playing the hell out of Starfield. According to Steam, I have 317 hours. I don't know if this will show up or not. Let me see here. So yeah, 317. I hope you can see that. I'm not sure if you can. So let's get stuck in. Let's talk about Starfield. And you can see here I have 11 days, 20 hours, 15 minutes in this, my one and only playthrough. Now, I've been through the game several times. We'll get to that in a bit. This Starfield has New Game Plus, and as far as New Game Plus goes, it's very well done. It ties into the main story very nicely. But we'll talk about the main story here in just a second. Wanted to give you a look at the game. I'm playing it at 1440p on Ultra. I have a RTX 3080. It runs very smoothly with DLSS turned on. I think you can see I'm getting 46 frames per second, and this is one of the most graphically demanding areas of the game. This is my custom-made ship. I made this all on my own. I didn't copy anyone else. I did go to channels and pages to learn the ins and outs of the shipbuilder system. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. You can get a... This is one of the things I think is so cool about this game. I built that ship, and there it is. And you can see in the... You gotta be careful, you can fall through the cockpit glass. But that's exactly the ship I built. And I didn't use any glitches. You can use ship placement glitches to get different effects. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want my ship to get invalidated with a patch. But you can see these are my weapons. I have forward-facing particle beams, and I have turreted particle beams. And I mean, you can jump up on this bad boy. I mean, this is so cool. This really is a great technical achievement for Bethesda. You know, these are my turreted guns. There's my other turrets. You know, I mean, that's really cool. You know, here's my grav drive fuel tank. You know, here's my engines. I mean, that's just really cool, guys. I mean, you have to give Bethesda credit for this amazing technical achievement. You know, here's my grav drive. All right, my reactor. There's my grav drive in there. Really, really cool. Hats off to you, Bethesda. This is something. This is New Atlantis on the planet Jemison. This is one of the main cities. Bethesda's bragging about how big their cities are, and they're right. This is a very large city, but it's a very empty city. And so let's start with the negatives here, and let's talk about how empty this city is. There's a lot of people just wandering around, but you know, I think about Cyberpunk 2077 and how you're walking through the city and a gang fight breaks out, or there's a robbery or a fight. You know, stuff happens in Night City. Nothing happens here except for there's a few quests that have scripted events. Okay, so now there's some shops. You know, there's the worth. I mean, here's the viewport. Bars are not completely useless. You can hire
What?
crew members, and
Hey.
having the right crew members
Yes.
on your ship is very important. This is a cool system. Like, you can talk to her,
Hey there.
and you can
You
see.
look like the planet hopping type.
So she would
Got
buff up
any
my
room
particle
on your
beams.
ship for someone like me?
And so then you just go, hey.
Aye aye, Captain.
And then I'm going to use the persuade skill, which has
You're
been,
short.
it's been hit and miss
I
with
seem
persuade.
to. I
You can see how
what-
inconsistent it is. It's
Yeah.
so we get her
well,
price down.
The last thing I want is. Thanks. I think we'll make a.
And then this opens up the crew system. This is, you assign people to your bases and to your ship here. And so yeah, the Enterprise is my ship name, and I'm at max crew members, so because I can't have more than 6 plus 7 with Sarah. So here's Vasco. He's good to have on your ship. He's good. He's a good ship companion. No, I'll never take Vasco off. But like Sarah, Sarah has a leadership skill, so she adds a slot. So I can have 6, and then with her 7. Eventually I'll have 8, with her 9. And they have these different skills that buff up your various. The crew skill system is fine. It's not great. It's not crap. I don't like these. These are robots that you build at your bases. I don't like them appearing here. I think this is really stupid. This should they all they do is clutter it up. You know, that's really dumb. But
Thanks for giving.
so
Howdy.
for me, the cities are a mixed bag. They're beautiful. They are quite large. These cities are much larger than the cities in Skyrim, or like Diamond City in Fallout 4. You know, it's much larger, but there just isn't much to do here. I mean, there's some quests, but it doesn't feel alive. It doesn't really have any. This game, I love Starfield and I hate Starfield, and so how do you evaluate those two, that dichotomy? And I think you do that with details. Okay, this is a shop. The shop owners in this game do not have schedules like they do in other Bethesda games. Personally,
belongs on your ship,
I like it.
Sure, we have. Oh, please take a look.
Because I don't want to deal with, are they asleep? You know, what time of day is it? Can I sell? Can I not sell? All that crap. They're always open. Yeah, I know. To some people, the others, you know, oh God, what's it's called? It was a big deal in, I think it wasn't it Oblivion, where they introduced the idea of the NPCs having schedules, lives, whatever. Radiant AI? Is that? Hell, no, those are the quests, Radiant quests. I don't know. But you can see the user interface is pretty bad. It's very... This is a console port. This is a console game first and foremost, which annoys me. It disappoints me. This should have been a PC game first and foremost, because that's what Bethesda RPGs have been. But it is what it is, and it's what we got. This UI is bad. You have to be very careful and watch vendor buy, vendor sell. Now, vendor sell from Enterprise, vendor sell from ship. This is really cool. If you're close enough to your ship, you can sell directly from its cargo capacity. So that's really cool. But the UI is just, it's bad. It's bad. It's not a good UI. After all the UI mods for Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout and the Fallout games, I don't understand why Bethesda hasn't learned their lesson about UI. But you know, it is what it is. There's more zones down here, more vendors, all that good stuff. But the cities are large, and the cities are, by and large, they're, I don't want to call them empty, I don't want to call them lifeless, but for a Bethesda RPG, these are the most empty, most lifeless cities I've encountered in a Bethesda RPG. Except maybe sometimes Oblivion. Oblivion's not one of my favorite games. So maybe, I don't know. To me, Everybody wants to call this Skyrim in space. It's not. It's not Skyrim in space. You know what this is? This is Mass Effect trying to be Skyrim.
You have a nice day now.
That's what this is. But it doesn't have the storytelling that Mass Effect had. It doesn't have the character development that Mass Effect had. Now, for me personally, this game is more fun than Mass Effect. But I have a lot of respect for Mass Effect. It is one of the greatest RPGs ever made. I don't like that type of RPG anymore. It's very linear, it's very small, and it's very limited. So, but anyway, okay, another negative about this game, and this is the biggest negative I can come up with. This game is buggy. People call them, what do they call them, Bugsoft? Bethesda? Bugthesda? Yeah, Bugthesda. I think that's a load of crap. The buggiest Bethesda game I've ever played, and I know some are going to argue with me that it's not a Bethesda game. The buggiest game I've ever played from Bethesda was Fallout 76. This is the second buggiest for me. My personal experience in this game has been far worse than my personal experience in Fallout 3, Oblivion, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, Skyrim, Morrowind. None of those games were as buggy as this game, to me. This game is buggier than Cyberpunk 2077, to me. Cyberpunk had a lot of problems with the old-gen consoles. I know that. But I play on PC. My experience in Cyberpunk 2077 was really good. I didn't have a lot of bugs. I had very few bugs, and the bugs I had, they weren't game-stopping. Okay? They weren't show-stopping. This game has show-stopping bugs, and it has a lot of them. Now, this game aspires to greatness. This game pushes the envelope of what open-world MMORPGs can be. In some ways. In other ways, it's a step backwards. People have criticized this game for all the loading screens, and they are correct. This game has a lot of loading screens. Not as much as a game like Mass Effect, but close. You're going to find yourself in the loading screen, in the transition screen, far more frequently than you ever have before in a Bethesda game. And that's disappointing. But Bethesda has tried. They have tried to push the technical envelope for the creation engine, I don't know which version of the creation engine this is. They've tried to innovate, and I give them a lot of credit for that. I think this game is a technical testbed for Elder Scrolls 6. I think Bethesda is learning what they can and can't do with the newest engine. They're perfecting it, they're working out the bugs, and this game is going to make Elder Scrolls 6 a better game. That being said, this game is buggy. It's just really, really buggy. Let me show you one of the biggest bugs that I have encountered in this game. And this
Hey, what can I do for you?
So, most starports have a ship services technician. You can sell here. You can't buy. You can just sell there. 5,000 credits. And then this guy,
asking everyone to take care of any leeches on
you
their
can
ships.
repair your
We
ship,
don't want any terror
modify your ship. You can buy ships.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
And these ships are level gated. So as you level up, better and better ships will be made available to you. You can see, once again, this crappy user interface where I have to use T to scroll through these things. But these ships, I think these ships look really cool. I think this, what they call it, NASA punk, I think it's a really cool aesthetic. And there you can see, that's different. I don't like it, but it's different. Ew, space truck. That's ugly. But boy, what's it got? It only has 2,700 cargo? I thought it'd have more than that. My ship has almost 7,000 with crew. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. I like that. I don't like there being, I don't like this asymmetry here. The shield generator over here and the jump drive fuel tanks over there. I don't like that, but that's a cool looking ship. So anyway, that's buying ships. Now, let me show you the ship modification system. Okay, so here's the ship I built. Here's the Enterprise. I'm very proud of this ship. I like it. I've seen cooler looking ships, but I was focused mostly on the interior. I wanted to get all the modules. I wanted 10 crew. I wanted lots of passenger space. I wanted my weapons. I have some very specific weapon demands that I wanted. These are Vanguard particle beams, the best guns in the game. You can tote 6 of these bad boys on your ship, and they melt enemies. I'm on very hard. A lot of people have described ship combat as impossible on very hard. I don't have any problem. I can face 6 pirates, no problem. I took on 3 level 76. Let's just say, I don't want to name them. It's a spoiler. But I took on 3 level 76 main quest faction guys. They're pretty tough, and I wiped the floor with them. They didn't even get through half my shielding. Okay, so bugs. So here's your ships, right? You have skills that govern many of your ship characteristics. Let's look at those real quick. Okay. So here's the skill tree system. I think it's excellent. I think Bethesda has done a great job with the new skill system. Yes, there are some trash skills in here, but there are a lot of really good skills. And this is one of them. Shield systems. And you can see here 20%, 40%, 60%. That's great, right? Here's the problem. And I'll put this in my tips and trick video as well. Do not level up your shield system skill while on board your ship. Let me show you what happens.
Anything I can help you with?
Do-do-do-do.
Okay, no problem.
So, one of my favorite ships is... Sorry, that's a spoiler. The Star Eagle. You get this from doing the Freestar Ranger quest. It's a good quest line, and it comes with an excellent ship. This is an absolutely excellent ship. Now, this ship has the same shield generator on it, the exact same shield generator on it that the Enterprise has. 960 shields versus, wait for it, 2880. Do you see a problem? Yes. If you level up your shield system skill while on board your ship, instead of being positive, it will be negative. And you can't fix it. Try as you may. Some people have duplicated their ship. There's a glitch right now where you can dupe ships, but it can break your game. A lot of people have reported that duping their ship has ruined the save game. Okay? It's very risky. I love Star Eagle. This is one of my favorite ships. But it's completely ruined by this bug. It cost me almost 1,000,000 credits to build the Enterprise. This was a very expensive ship to build, and it's time consuming. Okay? It's expensive and it's time consuming because you can't get all the parts from one planet. You have to put placeholder engines and placeholder weapons and placeholder, you can't get everything at every planet, and you have to look up where some of these, like the best engines, these best engines are on the city of Neon on Voli. Okay? And these engines, these are the best engines. You only unlock them through a quest. And it's tied to the main quest. So if you do Noon Game Plus and you choose to skip the main story, you miss out on unlocking the best engines for that playthrough. Just an FYI. I'll put that in my tips and tricks as well. But this game is super duper buggy. Okay. I have the outpost system is incredibly frustrating. Incredibly frustrating. Let's go take a look at the outpost system. But let me say one last thing about the shipbuilding system. I love it. It's problematic. It's got some problems. Watch out for the shield systems. But otherwise, building your own ship and flying your own ship is incredibly rewarding. It's a lot of fun. It's very well done. I absolutely love the shipbuilding. The space combat, I really like it, but it could be better. In my opinion, the space combat, the radius of the sphere that your space combat takes place in is too small, and you wind up being, you jump in, and you've got just a couple of seconds to respond, and the bad guys are on top of you. I don't like that. That's my main gripe about the space combat. So this is the interior of the ship, and you have different variants of the same module. You want to scroll through those variants, okay? These are all Stroud Eklund habitat, but they've all been changed to variants, okay? The game doesn't explain that to you. It just puts an extra button down there you can click on, but it doesn't tell you what the extra button does. Oh, shouldn't have done that. I accidentally clicked on mine. One of the main negatives of this game, another bad thing. This game is very complicated. It has system on top of system on top of system. And there are no tutorials.
What is it?
Bethesda explains next to nothing. Okay? A lot of people have been put off by that. I have been put off by it in some cases. Okay? You see I have crafting stations on here. I have beds, passenger space, and lots of cargo. For me, lots of cargo. I think I have like 7,000 cargo with my 6 crew members, because there are crew member skills. Oh, there's another bug. Okay, so see all this clutter, these books, you know, just this crap sitting around, this clutter, these chunks packs. Every time you modify your ship and save what you did and pay for it, all this crap gets transferred into your ship's cargo hold. Okay, so if we go here, and then we go here, see this miscellaneous tab? It will start to fill up and fill up and fill up and fill up. And some of the stuff does have mass. It can take away from your cargo capacity. You can say I have 72.99. Very, very handy to have. I would say I've heard 5,000 cargo tossed around. I think that's a pretty good rule of thumb. 5,000 cargo is pretty nice.
I'm glad to see you with me now.
I have over 7, and I'm very happy with it. But you can see I have all the workbenches. Crafting is very important in this game. It's a Bethesda open world RPG. If you didn't think crafting was going to be important, you haven't been paying attention. Okay? Crafting has been and will always be important. But I think they've done a wonderful job tying the crafting system into the new loot drop system. And so you can see we have gold, con, legendary items now. These are the 2 best guns in the game, in my opinion. There's another best gun in the game, but it's only a white. You can see these guys have more effects, right? But you can see all of them are fully modded up. You can see there's purples, there's blues, okay? It's a really good system. And so you want to get out there and find those loot drops, and then you want to come back to your crafting tables and modify them. Okay, so the base damage, the base protection of the item is going to be based on its con and its level. Okay, well, no, I don't think it's con. I think it's level. There's different tiers of each item, but the legendaries have multiple effects on them. And if you get the right effects, it can be really powerful. But let's go look at the outpost system.
Is something
And
else?
let's talk about this. Now, I'll put a link in the descriptions. I did not come up with this outpost configuration system. Okay, so before we get to the outpost, let me talk about flying your ship. They have a power allocation system. It reminds me of X-Wing. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Okay? And so you have 3 base systems. You have your engines, your shields, your grav drive, and then your 3rd weapon group, 2nd weapon group, 1st weapon group. Okay? These bars aren't as high as these bars because I only need 9 power to fully power these 2 weapon groups. This one needs 12. This is your engines, and so your speed is based off how much power you've allocated. And in the very bottom, you can see I'm 5 of 46. I have 5 points to allocate. So I'm going to max out my shields. I'm going to put a point in grav drive, and then put the rest of my engine. And you see the ship speeds up. Okay? Now, you see this, if you look in the left of the reticle of the circle, where you see 52 speed, W and S to speed up, you'll notice there's a graph, and that kind of semicircular arced graph there. The center white area is where your ship is going to have its fastest turning rate, and you can see this is a fairly large ship, and it turns. It's nice and maneuverable. Okay, it turns well. Now, if you speed up, you don't turn as well. And you can see your bleeding speed down. And then point your nose back and the speed comes back up. Okay? You can also boost with shift. There we go. So on the right, you can see where it says left shift boost. And you can see our speed's up to 270 or so. And then it takes some time for the shielding to come back. This is weapon group 1. They're auto particle cannons. This is weapon group 2. And so I can hold down left and right, and shit just melts. And then my turrets auto lock on. Okay. Now there are lasers. Lasers only damage shields. There's ballistic weapons. They only damage hull. They do very little against shields. Then there's missiles. Missiles are interesting. They're slow firing, but they're hard hitting, and they have to lock on. I think missiles start to shine when you put points into them. Okay. I like the particle cannons. They do shield and hull damage. And the general consensus in the community is that the particle weapons are the best bet. They're the best weapons in the game. So let's go take a look at this outpost real quick. So here's the user interface. I guess this is a little better. I guess. What I hate though, when you go to star map, you can only go one direction. You can only zoom out. You can't zoom back in. See? Well, if you click, it zooms back in. But you can't zoom out with the keys, as far as I know. And so you zoom out, left-click drag. This little symbol here means I have an outpost there. So I have an outpost here, and Porima is my main outpost system. I also have one down here. Way, Katey did. Level 75 area, okay? So, this is the star map. It's functional, it works fine. It's kind of sort of 3D. And so you left click, and then when there's 2 stars stacked on top of each other, and binary star systems are very common. So then this is the planet, Vessel 2, that has my base on it. Now, some people are like, well, all we do is fast travel and everything. You don't have to. You could set your course right now, and you'll enter orbit of the planet. Or, you can left click there, and fast travel to it. Let me show you. I'll set course. And you see, here's the jump mechanic. Now, let me explain this. You have a jump range. That's how far you can go in one jump, from star to star. It's a grav drive. But it has to go from star to star. It has to go from high mass body to high mass body. Okay? Or star system to star system. Your fuel consumption is how many you can go, how many jumps you can make in a single trip. Okay? I have a lot of fuel, so I can make a lot of jumps in between stars. And you just hold down X. Now you got to make sure you have at least 1 point of power in your grav drive, or the ship won't jump. Put more points into grav, your ship jumps faster. Early on in the early game, it matters when you're trying to escape. If you get into a fight you can't handle. And now we get into all the loading screen after loading screen after loading screen, right? And I think that is a fair criticism. The other thing, another negative I hate with the power system is they constantly scramble your power settings. Every time your ship, you take off, they scramble it. You jump, they scramble it. It's infuriating. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And you know, like this debris field is highly localized, and so you can fly in and out of this debris field, and you won't see any more debris. It just, the space feels small, and it shouldn't. It should feel huge, you know. But now, I don't know about you guys, but I think this thing looks gorgeous. You know, I think it's really pretty. Okay, so let's land and take a look at the outpost system and talk about the outpost system, because it's a major system in this game. And we talked about how buggy the game is. Holy shit, let me tell you, half the bugs in the game have to do with the outpost system. It is so infuriatingly buggy. And, like I said, Bethesda doesn't tell you a damn thing. They don't explain anything to you. And so you have to figure out all this crap on your own. Look how cool my ship looks. Isn't that cool? Okay, so this is the outpost system. So the way it works, first thing you place is this guy right here. This is the beacon. Now, when you place this, it's going to tell you what resources are in range. Very important to pay attention to that and choose your spot wisely. Be very careful where you place your settlements. You get a limited number, okay? There's a skill you can level up so you can have more outposts. But anyway, so you place that, right? And then you go into the building menu here. And so here's your extractors. So these will mine resources for you, okay? Here's your different power devices. There's lots of them, and they're interesting. It's a very interesting power system. It's not as well done as the power system in Fallout 4, but it does work. And then here's your various storage containers. You see these are for solid resources, liquid, gas, and then this is for warehouses or for production. I'll show you that at my main base where I'm actually producing things. And here's the fabricators. These are what go into the warehouse. These are your habs, your living quarters. These are actually some of the least important ones here, other than the decoration stuff, which I don't even bother with. Here's the workbenches, your crafting. These are very important. The defenses, these are very important. You get attacked, and it is buggy. Okay, it's very hit and miss. Okay, and you want to get these turrets to the highest tier as soon as possible, because these lower tier turrets do not work that well. Okay, and you can see I've got. Oh, that's great. My base isn't working. My power has something happened. Let's see if these guys are damaged. Yep, they're damaged. I got attacked. Come on, fix it. Why aren't you fixing it? Did you fix it? Repair that one. Yeah, it's so buggy. I didn't get a message. Nothing. No warning. Nothing. The game tells you nothing when you get attacked. It is so frustrating. Now, the other thing you want to watch out for, your weapons can damage these things. Okay? So, be careful. Is he damaged? Is he working? It's my security robot. Is this thing damaged? Yep. Whenever your base gets attacked, they will damage your windmills or your power structures, and they will damage your resource collectors. That's it. Everything else is fine. Okay? Let me show you how to build a security robot, because this base needs more security robots. So you can see there's all the requirements. Build 2 of those. Oh, can't do I'm out of polymer. I can fix that. Did I fix this? Nope. Yep. Did I fix it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we have power. Okay, we gotta go fix the... Now, what you can do, you can go into overhead mode. This can make things easier. Because my iron is way over here. Okay. Why can't I fix it? Why can't I fix it? Oh, it's bugged. See how the thing is spinning? That's a bug. So there you go. Can't do anything. I can't even build. So I'm gonna have to run over there. So there you are, guys. 2 bugs. The settlement was attacked. I wasn't warned. It had defenses. Doesn't seem to matter. The other bug is your weapons can destroy your own structures. So be very, very, very careful if you're here when an attack goes live. And then the third bug. What was the third bug? Repair. Well, the third bug was that overhead thing. So, with the outpost system, you build resource collectors. You send them to storage facilities, right? Now you can link bases with these cargo links. Okay. Cargo link is for linking bases in the same star system, and I've seen some people saying some astronomically incorrect things on the forums and on Facebook. Let me do some basic astronomy for you guys. This is a planet. This is a star system. Okay? So everything here is situated around this common barycenter of gravity. Okay? And I say barycenter because this planet doesn't orbit around the exact center of the star. There's a thing called a barycenter, and it's an average of the huge amount of mass here and this relatively small amount of mass there. The barycenter is going to be slightly towards the planet, off-centered of the center of the star, which is why stars wobble when they have planets. Okay, the star kind of goes like this. It kind of goes wobble, wobble, wobble around that barycenter. Okay, and there's a barycenter here, barycenter here, barycenter here. This has a barycenter with this planet. This moon has a barycenter with that. But this is a planetary system. This is not a galaxy. This is the galaxy. We are in the Milky Way galaxy, and you have all these different star systems. Okay? Okay. So, cargo links are for use within a star system. Okay? They don't require helium-3. They don't need fuel. And they bring in resources. This one's bring in nickel and aluminum. Okay? They're bugged. What will happen is this has an incoming. This is not supposed to have an outgoing. Okay? There shouldn't be anything in here. But they're bugged. What can happen is too much comes in here and it gets clogged and it goes here. And then the damn cargo link stops working. What you have to do is take this. These things are connected via what are called output links. You see right there where it says create output link, right click. You right click and then you target it onto a valid option. This is better done in the overhead view, but you can see this red line. I can link it right there. That will clear your cargo link. Okay? Have both of these cross-linked to the same container. Okay? And then you have to have that container linked to that container. That container linked to that container. That container linked there. This container linked there. It's better to stack them straight up and go way up in the sky, but I hadn't learned that yet. Okay? So anyway, that's that. So this is the cargo link. This is for between planets in the same star system. Then there's this. I think this is the different one. Let me see. Nope, this is another cargo link. So these are all for transfers in between the same system. Okay? Now, when it comes, people are like, why bother with outposts? There's actually a really good reason for bothering with outposts. You can make an absolute shit ton of money and XP with just a simple base like this. And if you follow the original guy's advice and do it correctly, you won't need more than one, because you'll notice I have more than one base here on Vessel 2. I couldn't find the perfect spot. Okay, so I have Vessel 3 Outpost 1, and I have Vessel 3 Outpost 2. Okay. Now, another thing I'll tell you about the outpost system that he doesn't mention. There are certain skills you must have. Okay, in my opinion, the outpost system should be approached at 3 tiers. Tier 0, don't touch it. Don't mess with it. Tier 1, you're going to need surveying? No, scanning. You need scanning 4 of 4. Okay, this way you can find the perfect spot on the surface of that planet. Because if you look at this planet and I do new data. Okay, see all these colors? With 4 of 4, it shows you all the mineral and element concentrations and locations. You want to pick one of these absolutely perfect spots, like right in here, where you can get all 3 of these, or all 4, or all 5. And you can't find those locations without surveying 4 of 4. Okay? Because as you put more points into it, more and more of these minerals and resources show up in your scan. You literally, like, you know, when you're trying to find the correct andesite location for later, you can't find it without 4 of 4 in surveying. So for tier 0 for outposts, don't touch it. Tier 1 for outpost is surveying 4 of 4. You don't need anything else, but you need 4 of 4. Now, be advised, there are some skills in there that will give you better turrets, better robots, and more robots. These things make it easier to defend your outpost, but they don't guarantee it. Why aren't my robots moving? Why are they just standing there? That really worries me. They're supposed to be moving. Anyway, the reason you want this outpost is for the iron, the aluminum, the nickel, and the cobalt. Now watch this. This will be another bug. Watch. You cannot use this. It's obstructed. That's a bug. I have to save my game, shut down, and come back. I'm not going to do it. I'll show you at the other outpost. But you can make structural frames. And you can make isotopic magnets here. You get like 108 XP if you need to rest. You want the well-rested bonus, but you get 108 XP and you can sit there and just bang, 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 one after the other. Okay, so to get you, let's just say into the 70s or 80s, this outpost will do just great. Okay, you can come here, make a bunch of structural frames, make a bunch of magnets, and then go sell them. Okay? And if you want to go to the next tier of the outpost system, you need the iron and the aluminum, and to a lesser extent the nickel and the cobalt, but you really need the iron and the aluminum, the structural frames, to really build up your next outpost. And the other good thing about this place, when you rest, you have a local hour, and you have universal time. Look at this. It's almost 58 hours if you rest here one time. Okay? And watch what happens if you rest for 24. 1,386 hours and 47 minutes. It's amazing. And what that does, now it's once again, it's buggy. A lot of times what'll happen, I'll use up a lot of iron, I'll use up a lot of cobalt, but I'll use up all my aluminum and all my nickel. And then I come here and I rest for 24 hours here, and one of those resources won't renew. It just, I don't get any of it. It's very frustrating. You have to go somewhere else. You can't be in the base where the work is done and get all the resources that's bugged, or I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to work or what, but yeah. So let's go look at the other outpost. And by the way, I'm using my jump pack. Jump pack is incredibly important. You want to get your jump pack skill up to 404 as soon as you can. There are different types of jump packs. So they basically come no jump pack, basic jump pack, balanced jump pack, power jump pack, and skip jump pack. The skip is more for horizontal travel. Okay, so for moving yourself forward, the skip pack will give you the best traverse speed across the ground. The power jump pack is for vertical, going up and down. It's the most powerful up and down. The problem with the power pack is on some planets you can cripple yourself with it. You can hit the power pack, you go way up, and then you fall down, and if you don't feather your fall, you can break a leg, which sucks. I like balanced. That's why I stick with balanced. It's what I like. Basic is no. You don't want basic. You want either balanced, skip, or power. You probably don't want power. There's a few rare instances where you want power, but usually you can just jump up and you're fine. Now this time I'm going to show you the fast travel way to get to my main outpost system, and I'll show you what the outpost system is really great for, if you can get it working. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, it is a fucking nightmare to get this working in a real game. A lot of these YouTubers, when they make these videos on, hey, this is how you should have your outpost system, they do it on a fresh save game, on a fresh character, with console commands, which is great. They're showing you the theory. But you can see here, I have multiple stars in this, multiple planets in this star system with outposts, okay? But this is my main production planet. Now, the guy whose video I used, he takes it to the next level. There's a higher level than this base. I ain't got it. I don't have the patience. It's been hard enough to get this planet producing andesite wafers. He has a tier higher than this, doing Bitimium fuel rods. See how these robots are active? So this is my main production base. This is where I actually level up. And you can see it's finally rocking and rolling. Now this base has, let me see here, where are they? Is that it? Output link? No. No, that's a cargo link. Here we go. Cargo link enter system. Okay, so this is to connect different star systems. Okay, and this is bringing in solvent. Let's go take a look at it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. See, that's another regular cargo link. That's for within the star system. This is to a different star system, and this is much trickier to get going because it has an extra bin. It has a fuel tank. You have to provide helium-3 to this bad boy. Okay, those are there's my helium-3 tanks, and then if we go, let me see here. Oh yeah. No, scanner, now build. Yeah, see the red line? The red line going from there, it goes to there. And you can see this thing needs fuel. These don't need fuel. This is much more complicated, and these are all buggy. Every single one of them can bug out, and it can be absolutely infuriating trying to figure out which planet, which link is messed up. It's just, but as you can see, this is a much more complicated base than the other one. Okay, and see, this is the big old stacks of storage. This is for my andesite. And you can see we just go up and up and up and up and up and up. Huge base, absolutely huge base. And it gets really noisy here. Now here's my landing pad for my ship. You always want to have a landing pad. Very important. Okay, so outpost system. Why do we bother? Let me show you why we bother. It's buggy, it's infuriating, it's very difficult to get working correctly. At least it has been for me. Maybe you'll get lucky and you won't have any bugs, you know? Hey, Captain Kirk bless you. I think that's wonderful, but it has been an infuriating experience for me. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about. Now here's the adaptive frames. You can see they take iron and aluminum. Every time you craft 99 of these, you get 108. And you come on down here to the isocentered magnets, they use cobalt and nickel. All 4 of these resources are available on Bessel, the planet I showed you before. This planet makes end-sight wafers. You see how everything's maxed out over there? Let me rest, or let's check and make sure we got the well-rested bonus. You go here, hit B, well-rested. Okay, you can also do drinks and food. I don't have any on me right now. But there's tea, and there's some food items that buff up XP. Okay, so watch this. End-sight wafer. Now you can go even faster if you macro this. Look at that, 762. That's a lot of XP, folks. Now if you see here, see how there's white bar and then this gray? That's your level progress, by the way. And you just sit here. And you just grind out end-sight wafers. You can see how many of these I can make. Look at this. And these things sell like crazy. And we'll talk about selling and the economy and all that good stuff. But this... Oh look, my semi-metal wafers are running low. See, the semi-metal wafers come from a different planet. But look at that. Look at that XP. It just flows. And we're gonna make a ton of money off these things. We're not gonna level. Aw. There we go. Now, normally what I do is, since the semi-metal wafers, that was my choke point, and I'm gonna come over here. Go into 3D. Go over here and let's add. See if we can add some semi-metal wafers. Oh, some warehouse storage. Let's see. Nope. I need 7 more adaptive frames. Okay. Let's make 7 adaptive. Now, watch in the bottom left corner. See that circular white bar? That's my O2. That's like my stamina. Look how it burns. It's because I'm so badly overweight. I'll show you how we get around that in a second. Let me make 7 adaptive frames here. I think I can make 7. 6, 7. Yeah, we should. Getting a little low on iron, aren't I? Yeah. And so what we're gonna do is bebop over here. We're gonna add another stack. I'm just showing you how it works. Come on down here to the warehouse. Now you see in the bottom right corner it says variance QT. So there's your, and there we go. And then we'll do E to place it. Now we'll tab out of build, go down here, and it's right click to create output link. You see it goes all over the place, right? We want it to go right up here. That way, these are all daisy chained together, one connected to the other all the way to the top. The base one way over here, that's the incoming point. Okay? And you'll see how this top one has a red line running from it? This red line runs all the way over here. I had to do it this way because I was troubleshooting wiring connections. So anyway, so that's that. Let's talk about your special powers. Remember we had the shouts in Skyrim? This game has the same thing. It's called powers. There's a lot of them. I don't use them a lot. In my opinion, Personal Atmosphere 4 is the best. I use it all the time. The rest of them, never use, honestly. They've caused... I mean, Gravity Field's fine. I mean, Anti-Gravity Field, it's fine. You see they have different tiers. So, in each New Game Plus, there are a certain number of temples. The temples correspond to powers, okay? And so I've gotten some of them before. I missed a few. Like, look at Particle Beam. It's only tier 1. Void Form's only tier... Void Form is okay. It doesn't seem to be that great of a stealth, to be honest. The rest of these, they're just not that good. I don't think any of them are all that great. There's a Sense Star stuff, which is fine. It's basically X-ray vision through the walls. I mean, that's fine. But the rest of them, I really don't think they're that good. I think the powers are very underwhelming. The only one I really use is Personal Atmosphere, and the reason I use it, I'll show you. Okay, there's my space magic, and you'll see my stamina bar. It doesn't burn even when you sprint, although sometimes it does. Because, wait for it, it's bugged. It's very buggy. So,
Captain, hello.
well, not very buggy, but it's buggy. So, buying and selling. The best place to buy and sell, hands down, without question, there is no competition, is the Den. And the reason is the Den is completely neutral. Okay, yes, there's a place called Crix. This is where the pirates are located. Crix is better than the Den, but Crix is tied to the pirates. Okay, so early on, when you're kill on sight to the pirates, it's useless. Later, you get into the Sysdef Crimson Fleet questline, which is very good. Then you become friendly to them. Now you can start using Crix. Crix is better, but you can bring all your what's it called? Contraband. You can fly here with contraband, and you can sell it. Okay. Now there's a downside to this. It's a... You see here, and look, they screwed up my power settings. God, I hate that. I hate that. It's just crap. Pure garbage. You gotta come to this space station and dock. So that's the main downside to the Den. Otherwise, the Den's all you need. You don't have to go anywhere else to sell stuff. Now to buy stuff, you do have to go other places, because the Den doesn't offer everything. It has a Trade Authority kiosk and a Trade Authority NPC. But it's got a seat nearby, or if you want, you can just go back to your ship, because it's such a short run. And you can make it, because the reason I'm burning stamina so bad is because look at my mass. I'm at almost 6,000 mass. I have a carry capacity of 260. Now you can stick a lot of this onto your ship, okay? And I'll show you real quick how to get to it. Come down here where it says ship, and then look, cargo hold. Press F. Here's the ship's, you see has a lot more capacity. Then press Q to go to your inventory, and now you can store some of these andesite wafers. We can just do store all, and it put a bunch of them on there. Okay, so now most of those andesite wafers are on my ship. And you see my stamina is burning down. So here's the Trade Authority kiosk, and all you do is sell here. But and you're probably thinking, but Dio, they don't have enough money. It's okay. You can just wait in a chair, or you can go back and sleep on your ship. Okay, you don't see these chairs. You can wait there, or your ship is right there. You know, however you want to play it.
Was there something you needed?
Now,
I hope we have what you need.
What I do is I claim this guy out for 0.50 MI array. That's for the Revenant, one of the best guns in the game. And then I buy out heavy particle fuses, which is for the other best gun in the game. You can, sometimes he has 50 caseless. That's for the sniper rifle, but he doesn't have any right now. So we'll go to sell, go to resources. Okay, so now you notice I'm relatively light. but they're still on your ship. So sell from Enterprise. Just keep hitting Q. And this is all the stuff I have stored on the Enterprise. And we'll see how much we can sell. 18 grand to him. 18,810. There we go. Okay. Now, if you want, you can just wait right there. But since I put them on my ship, you'll notice I don't have to worry about movement. So what I like to do is
of service, Captain.
my second favorite place. Now you can fast travel from there. I like to undock. And I want a chance to get into a shooting match with the pirates because I like the space combat.
Indicators agree.
And I like seeing my
We're
ship.
free.
But see how they scrambled my power settings again? Absolutely infuriating. I hate that. What I like to do is my next favorite place to sell is Aquila City over in the Freestar Collective. In the Cheyenne system. Here. Just look right there. And here's Aquila, the planet. And we're going to go to Aquila City. Oh, let's talk about the combat. Love it and hate it. The combat, the ground combat in this game feels like a step backwards. It's buggy. And so what'll happen is you'll have a bad guy and he's right there. If you shoot and miss, he will go behind cover. As he's animating, going behind cover, you aim here and shoot, won't hit him because he's in the animation. You shoot them and stagger them as they stagger around. Sometimes you can't hit them. They're immune. It's really infuriating. But anyway, so this is Aquila City. So here's Trade Authority. This is the guy that you use to work on your ships. And you can buy and sell here, and you can sell straight from your ship. So you just come here, scroll down. Wait a minute, there we go. Sorry, brain fart. Oh, he's out. I have to wait to get him back. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, so that's all that. Let's talk about the content. The main story in this game sucks. It is embarrassingly simplistic. It's so bad. It's the worst main story I've ever encountered in a Bethesda RPG. It's so simple. I won't do any spoilers, but I'm so disappointed with it. It's just terrible. Some of the faction quests are quite good. The UC Vanguard quest is quite good. It has some parts in it where you're like, oh boy, I'm just running around flipping switches. But it's got some really good parts to it. It's got some interesting, I wouldn't call them major twists, but it's got some twists and turns to it. It's got some nuance to it.
Take a look around.
The Crimson Fleet Sysdef is really good. A lot of people like that one. I like that one. The Freestar Ranger quest is very good. I like that one. And the nice thing with the Freestar Ranger is, of course, you get the ship. You know, I mean, in my opinion, getting the Star Eagle is one of the first things you do when you start a new game. Or when you start the game. You want to go get that ship. It's fantastic. There's a mega core over in Neon called Ryujin. That quest isn't. I would say it's fairly well written, but it doesn't have a lot of action. It has a lot of sneaking around, a lot of hacking. I mean, on one level, I shot one security robot, and I thought they were going to hang me by my thumbs. They were so mad at me. And I'm like, come on. I shot one robot. I can't sell to her. So, you know, I mean, the region quest, it is well written. It is well done. But depending on what you like and don't like, it can be kind of boring.
That's sure sometimes spotted by the farms.
Let's see if there's another faction quest I'm forgetting. Oh, this is a major miss. This is SSNN. This is your news radio. You can't listen to it while you play. It's a huge mistake. It's just... I don't know why we couldn't have a 3-dog in this game with all that great music. But anyway. So... I mean, graphically, I think it looks nice. It runs well on my machine. And like I said, I'm running it at Ultra. Let me show you. What is it? Display. Yeah, so lots of Ultra settings here. I am running it on Ultra quality for DLSS. And I like it. I'm very happy with the DLSS patch. I think the game looks better and runs smoother. I have to say, this skill system is excellent. What they've done is you have these things you buy with skill points. You get 1 skill point per level. So you have your leveling up mechanic. But then within them, you'll see use up all available oxygen 20 times. You can see how these were sneak attack kills. Okay, so you have your use up through skill use. Now sometimes the use up technique is garbage, like this one. You have to perform 75 melee sneak attacks. So concealment becomes very difficult for ranged characters. So that sucks. But by and large, it's a good system. Like this one here, destroy 50 ships, and then you level up your ship command skill. This one here, scavenging. Loot containers. Okay, it makes sense. You can see I'm very heavily spec'd into combat. I did go pistols, I regret it. I should have just stayed with rifles. Rifles are better. A good thing about this game, energy weapons are powerful, whereas in Fallout, energy was inferior to ballistic. Now, actually, in some ways, the particle beams, which are balanced between the two, I'll show you, this is, in my opinion, this is the best gun in the game. You can see the numbers are absolutely off the charts. This thing is ferocious. But the Revenant, you get this from the UC Crimson Fleet quest. Excellent. You get this from the main story, the main quest. And this is a world drop. One thing that's frustrating me, these hard target sniper rifles hardly ever appear in the world. It's very frustrating to get one. But the white does a great job. So that's a bit of a failure there. I don't know why hard targets don't drop more. And you note, and you see I'm level 132. I'm about to be 133. I've played the hell out of this game. Okay? I have over 300 hours. So, final verdict. I have 300 hours in this game. So for me, it's a win. I paid $100 for the early access version. I got 300 hours of entertainment out of it. Okay? That's 3 hours per dollar. You can't beat that. I mean, a movie is, what, $25 for 2 hours? So $12.50 an hour? This is $1 for 3 hours? That's a huge factor. A huge magnitude difference between your entertainment value. But if you don't like Bethesda open world RPGs, this might not be the game for you. Okay? Skyrim's better. Fallout 4 is better. Okay? This game is inferior to those games. Fallout New Vegas is better, even though a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it was Obsidian. Bethesda paid for it. Obsidian made it. Fallout New Vegas is a spiritual predecessor of this game. Okay? And Fallout New Vegas is great. Fallout 4 is great. Fallout 3 is great. Skyrim's great. Oblivion is very good. I didn't love Oblivion. Morrowind, very good. It's not, but this game's inferior to every single one of those. Okay? It's better than Fallout 76. And for me, it's better than most RPGs. Because I don't like 3D isometric RPGs. And I don't like party-based RPGs. I like to be lone wolf. You'll notice I don't have any companions with me. I have done several of the companion quests in this game. They are well done. I have no problem with the quality of the companion quests. And I have to say, in terms of AI, I have had a better experience with companions in this game than in any other Bethesda RPG that has companions, which I think Oblivion and Morrowind don't have them, right? I don't think so. But then past that point, I think they all have them. So, kudos on that one. I love everything to do with the starships. With the ships. I love that. I think it's fantastic. You have your own... It's kind of like having a house in Skyrim that flies and can fight and shoot lasers and missiles and stuff. I really enjoy it. I enjoyed the shipbuilder. I think that's a lot of fun. I think the ships look cool. The outpost system is infuriating. They made it far too complicated. They took the settlement system from Fallout 4 and made it 10 times more complex. And it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's broken. I probably have 50 hours fighting the outpost system. If that number worries you, it should. I have anywhere from 30 to 50 hours just fighting with, going back and forth from planet to planet, system to system, trying to fix the damn outpost system, because it would just constantly break at each different link in the chain would get messed up. Something would go wrong. It was infuriating. Now, was it worth it? For me, yes, because I like to solve puzzles, which is why I like my new job. I like solving puzzles, and so solving the outpost system was fun for me. Oh, the lockpick digipick system. Oh, see there? Here's the crazy fall damage. Now I have contusions. So stupid. So, the digipicks. Can I show you a digipick without waking up an NPC? So they have a new lockpick system. Let me see. No, nothing in here, of course. Not when I need it. Gotta be a lock container around here somewhere. Just want to save my game and show you the user interface. Oh, by the way, you can theft is big, and you can make a lot of money stealing. I highly recommend you steal early on. It's very, very profitable. It can be tricky to do, but once you get the hang of it, man, you can make a lot of money. Make a lot of money quick. Well, I can't find it. But you have this new digipick system. It's a series of concentric circles that have holes in them, and you have to line up the digipicks fill holes. I hate it. I loved lockpicking in Skyrim. Loved lockpicking in Fallout 4. I hate it here. I hate it with a passion. It is so bad. It is so terrible. I used to lockpick everything. Now, I skip it. I only pick locks if I really think there's a good chance I'm going to get something I want, or if it leads someplace I want to be. If it doesn't, I skip it. I hate the lockpicking in this game. They have ruined it. The digipick system is pure, utter garbage. So, you know, I take points off for that. Here we go. Let me see here. Make sure I'm hidden. Let me save my game in case I aggro somebody. Oh, by the way, save often. And so here it is. And so you see, here's your digipicks. Okay? And so you line up the little gaps. Right? Like this. Hit enter. Now this one doesn't work in the white. It only works in the blue. So you line it up. See how you move it around? Oh, I hate this. I hate it. So that will go into that section. No. That goes in that section. So we need... Oh my god. I may have already screwed the pooch. Yeah, this might be impossible. I might have already messed it up. Yeah, it's impossible. See, I hate that. I hate it. Use the wrong one of those options at the wrong time, and it's unpickable. You have to start over, completely over. Whereas in the older system, it was you were feeling your way around the tumblers. You were finding where the sweet spot was. You'd break some lock picks or some hairpins or whatever, but you'd get it. You know, this new system, ugh, I hate it. And so you've got this, yeah. You see how I have this new. You have this new, what do they call it? Ailments or whatever. So here's my contusion. So melee attacks use O2. Oh, doesn't really bother me, but whatever. It's kind of annoying, but I put up with it. If you grab that... Is that stealing? It's not stealing. Interesting. I don't really want it, but... I would think it would be stealing. But it's not red. Let's see. Anything in here red? Nothing in here is red. Okay. So, for me, this game is a 7 out of 10 for me. Because I love Bethesda RPGs, open world RPGs. I even liked Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm thoroughly sick of MMOs, but I liked Elder Scrolls Online. But for you, this might be a 6 of 10 or a 5 of 10 if you don't love Bethesda RPGs. Because this is, in my opinion, the weakest Bethesda RPG that they've ever made, if you don't think Fallout 76 is Bethesda, or this is the worst one since Fallout 76, if you accept that 76 is from Bethesda. For me, it's a 7 of 10. I got 300 hours in it. I'm going to keep going for a little bit more, and then I'm going to switch over to the Cyberpunk DLC. I don't love this game. I have 2,000 hours in Skyrim. I have 2,000 hours in Fallout 4. Hundreds and hundreds of hours in Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas.
Ever wonder how the
So,
criminals seems to be everywhere?
yeah, for me, this is one of their weakest entries. This might be my game of the year, but that's just because the pickings have been so sparse for me. I've heard great things about Baldur's Gate 3. I just don't like Larian RPGs. I've tried 2 of them. I just don't like them. I respect the hell out of them. They are masters of the party-based 3D isometric RPG. Absolute masters of them. And it's getting Game of the Year from a lot of places, and my understanding is deservedly so. But I won't be playing it just because I don't like that type of game. It's just like I'm not going to be playing any first-person shooters because I'm tired of first-person shooters. I'm just tired of them. This might be my game of the year because I'm going to get over 300 hours of entertainment out of it. I've been playing this game for 2 months, non-stop. You know, that's big for me. For you, it might not be such a good fit. If you played Skyrim and you're like, nah, I don't see what the big deal is, you're probably not going to like this. And this game is inferior to Skyrim. This game is inferior to Fallout 4, in my opinion. So yeah, guys, 7 to 10. I'm going to keep playing it for at least a week, if not another 2 weeks, and then I'm going to switch over to Cyberpunk. And then I'm hoping Cyberpunk will get me to the end of the year, or at least through, you know, I guess in a few weeks. That'll almost be Thanksgiving. So maybe Cyberpunk can get me closer to Christmas, and then by Christmas, I don't know. But, alright, I know this went long, but it's a big game. A lot to talk about. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you again when I get a chance to make another video, because I'm busy. See you later, guys. Have a good one.